This is Real Wealth Network's 2019 market overview for Jacksonville, Florida. With a cost of living that's well below the national average, $78,000 to $200,000, a wonderful climate, and business-friendly environment, Jacksonville is one of the strongest real estate markets in this country today. In this video, you'll learn about the top 3 factors that make Jacksonville one of the strongest real estate markets today: affordability, great cash flow, and high equity growth potential. Before we get to that, here's a little background information. Located on the eastern coast of Florida, Jacksonville lines both banks of the St. Johns River, the longest river in Florida, and also one of the only 2 rivers in North America that flows north instead of south. Jacksonville is named after Andrew Jackson, who was the first military governor of the Florida Territory prior to becoming the 7th U.S. president. The city was originally called Calford because all of the cattle herded across the St. Johns River in the area. The area began to grow quickly during the 1800s, and by the early 19th century, Jacks had grown into a hub for several industries, including winter tourism, music, and film. In fact, in the 1900s, the city was known as the winter film capital of the world. Jacksonville is one of the healthiest markets for employment opportunities in Florida. It is the only Florida city to have 4 headquartered companies on the Fortune 500 list and 13 companies on the Forbes Global 500 list. Jacksonville's business community is growing exponentially in recent years, and it's not hard to understand why. With zero income tax and a low flat corporate tax of only 5.5%, the city is very appealing to both businesses and new residents. This is a good sign that strong economic growth will continue here in the coming years. Downtown Jacksonville has become one of the nation's top cities to live, work, and play. With over 20 miles of beautiful beaches, a perfect climate, the largest urban park system in the nation, affordable cost of living with zero income tax, and cost of doing business, a thriving food and craft beer scene, free public Wi-Fi, and so much more, Jacksonville is truly a one-of-a-kind city, and it's no wonder why people are flocking here. Jacksonville also offers great opportunities for investors today, especially those looking for an affordable investment, a strong cash flow opportunity, and long-term economic stability. And here's a bonus. Although Florida is known as a hurricane hotspot, Jacksonville has only been hit directly by a hurricane one time in the last 145 years. Let's take a closer look. In January 2018, the median price of 3-bedroom homes in Jacksonville was $171,000. This is 15% lower than the national average of $202,000. In the neighborhoods where RWN members invest, the median price of 3-bedroom homes in Jacksonville was $141,000 in January 2018. This is 30% lower than the national average of $202,000. This shows us that property values in Jacksonville are more affordable than many other U.S. cities today. This is especially true in the neighborhoods where RWN members are investing. In January 2018, the median monthly rent for 3-bedroom homes in Jacksonville was $1,200, which is 0.72% of the median purchase price of $171,000. This is slightly higher than the national purchase-to-rent ratio of 0.71%. In the neighborhoods where RWN members invest, the median monthly rent for 3-bedroom homes was $1,150 in January, which is 0.82% of the $141,000 purchase price. This shows us that the Jacksonville metro area offers investors the opportunity to generate more rental income than many other U.S. cities today, especially in the areas where RWN members invest. Another important fact, in addition to affordable home prices and high monthly rents, Jacksonville also has no state income tax and one of the lowest property tax rates in the nation. This is another great indication that Jacks offers a strong cash flow opportunity. Between January 2010 and 2018, Jacksonville's population increased by just under 12%. This is 118% faster population growth than the national average. This shows us that the demand for housing should continue to rise in Jacksonville. More people equals more renters and more buyers. More renters and more buyers equals higher rents and home values. In the last year, Jacksonville created almost 22,000 jobs, an annual growth rate of over 3%. This is 82% higher than the U.S. annual job growth rate of 1.73%. This shows us that Jacks is experiencing faster job growth than most other U.S. cities today. It's likely this trend will continue as people and businesses continue moving to the area for its year-round sunshine, open space, and low taxes, zero income tax, and a flat corporate tax rate of only 5.5%. In January 2012, the median price of 3-bedroom homes in Jacksonville was $108,000. This means that in the last 6 years, January 2012 to January 18, 3-bedroom homes in Jacksonville have appreciated by 42%. This is slightly higher than the 41% appreciation average for 3-bedroom homes nationwide. Between January 2012 and January 2018, the average rent for 3-bedroom homes in Jacksonville increased by 15%. This is a slightly lower increase than the national average of 17% during this period. All of this shows us that Jacksonville is still affordable for buyers and renters, but it probably won't stay like this for long. If the population continues to grow rapidly, which seems likely, it's only a matter of time before demand overtakes supply, driving up home values and rents. So let's do a quick recap. Number 1, Jacksonville is affordable. In the Jacksonville neighborhoods where Real Wealth Network members invest, 3-bedroom home values are 30% lower than the national average. Number 2, Jax is great for cash flow. In some Jacksonville neighborhoods, it's possible to rent homes for 0.82% of the purchase price, which is higher than the national average. Another fact to remember, in addition to affordable home prices and high monthly rents, Jacksonville also has no state income tax and one of the lowest property tax rates in the nation. This is another great indication that Jax offers a strong cash flow opportunity. Number 3, Jacksonville is growing quickly. Since 2010, Jacksonville's population has increased 118% faster than the national average. In the last year, Jacksonville created 82% more jobs than the national average. This shows us that the demand for housing should continue to rise in Jacksonville. More people equals more renters and more buyers. More renters and more buyers equals higher rents and home values. Number 4, Jacksonville equity growth is likely. 3-bedroom homes in Jacksonville have appreciated by 42% compared to 41% nationally. During the same period, rents increased by 15% compared to 17% nationally. This shows us that Jacksonville is still affordable for buyers and renters, but it probably won't stay this way for long. If the population continues to grow rapidly, which seems likely, it's only a matter of time before demand overtakes supply, driving up home values and rents even more.